Our Lady of Mount Carmel is the title given to the Blessed Virgin Mary in her role as patroness of the Carmelite order. The first Carmelites were Christian hermits living in Mount Carmel in the Holy Land during the late 12th and early 13th century. They built in the midst of their hermitages a chapel which they dedicated to the Blessed Virgin, whom they conceived of in chivalric terms as the Lady of the place. Our Lady of Mount Carmel was adopted in the 19th century as the patron saint of child in South America. Since the 15th century, popular devotion to Our Lady of Mount Carmel has centered on the scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, as known as the brown scapular. Traditionally, Mary is said to have given the scapular to an early Carmelite named Saint Simon Stock. The liturgical feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel is celebrated on 16th July. The solemn liturgical feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel was probably first celebrated in England in the later part of the 14th century. Its object was thanksgiving to Mary, the patroness of the Carmelite order, for the benefits she had accorded to it through its difficult early years. The institution of the feast may have come in the wake of the vindication of their title brothers of the Blessed Virgin Mary at Cambridge, England in 1374. In the first reading from the book of Kings, Elijah climbed to the top of Carmel and bowed down to earth, putting his face between his knees. Now go up, he said to his servant, and look out to the sea. He went up, and there is nothing at all, he said. Go back 7 times, Elijah said. The 7th time the servant said, Now there is a cloud, small as a man's hand, rising from the sea. Elijah said, Go say to Ahab, Harness the chariot and go down before the stops you. And with the sky grew darker with cloud and storm, rain fell in torrents. This reading was interpreted by early Carmelites in a symbolic manner. Mary is seen as the cloud of pure rain that rose from the bitter, salty sea, which is the image of sinful humanity, and that is through Mary that redemption would come. The second reading from Paul's letter, in which he represents God's plan of redemption. When the appointed time came, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born a subject of the law, to redeem the subjects of the law and to enable us to be adopted as sons. The proof that you are sons of God is that God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, the Spirit that cries, Abba, Father. And it is this that makes you a son. You are not a slave anymore. And if God has made you son, then He has made you heir. We see here that redemption is the work of the Trinity. The Father sends both Son and the Spirit. We welcome children of God and heirs to the kingdom. This plan cannot be described without showing the place of Mary, the woman through whom the incarnation takes place. The Blessed Virgin Mary of Mount Carmel has promised to save those who wear the scapular from the fires of hell. She will also shorten their stay in purgatory if they should pass from this world still owing some debt of punishment. Thank you. Thank you for watching.